the Radisson Hotel in Cancun, and I have with me Sarah James. And what is your ethnic group, Sarah?
Gwich'in is a Gwich'in. They put G in the front, Gwich'in. And we're up in northeast Alaska interior and north of Yukon, Canada. Yukon Territory, Canada, and Mackenzie Delta area of Northwest Territory. There's 8,000 of us and 15 villages. There is a border between us, U.S.-Canada border, but we're one nation of people.
And how do you, what is your livelihood up there? Are you hunters?
Yes, we hunt and gather our food still today. Maybe 75% of our diet is still wild meat, which make up of caribou, moose, Dall sheep, fish, and small animals, and birds and ducks.
And I understand that the pipeline that you have up there interrupts the migration of the caribou, and you've been fighting the Anwar. Is that correct?
Yes. Traditionally, in the area of the Porcupine Caribou area, there's no pipeline, but there is a pipeline in Alaska that across Alaska, middle of Alaska, but over to the east is where porcupine caribou migrate through U.S. and Canada and within our nation, the migratory route, and we're trying to stop gas and oil development from happening. The coastal plain or the 1002 of Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. And it's a national environmental issue, national human rights issue, national birthrights issue. And we've been took a stand against that one area, oil development, as a Gwich'in Nation back in 1988. And we've been, elders direct us to do it in a good way and educate the world why we say no to oil. And we have been doing that. We did make a lot of friends, but we always need more friends because oil company is pretty powerful. And so that's what I'm doing, trying to gather some friends here and talk to friends and keeping them friends. Those are very important to stay united.
And what impacts of climate change have you experienced in your communities?
Climate change, global warming is real in the Arctic. It's very real, and it's happening very fast at this fast rate. Melting is happening very fast. Permafrost is melting fast, and the ice is melting fast, and it's very unpredictable weather condition. One day would be hot, next day would be cold, very fast changes, and that really affect our way of life and for the animal we depend on. And a lot of changes to the rivers and lakes, and a lot of droughts, because when permafrost melts, it just gives away a lot of water and flow into another body of water on, and it just leaves a lot of dry drought. And due to that, we have a forest fire problem in the summer, and a lot of erosion happening.
And do your people travel by dog sled, and has that been affected?
I'm 66 years old now. I grew up with dog sled, but dog sleds, it still exists, but we don't totally depend on dog team nowadays. There's few people that living off all the land out, because we're colonized into village lives. and our kids have to go to school. So our kids, we have to live in a two world. We can't totally go back to bow and arrow. We can't go back, be who we are not. So we got caught in two worlds. So, and there, like my brother, he have a dog team. He gets around. Sometimes he gets around with and train and gets into competition. And there's some few people doing that, and there are some people out there still use dog team. So that's how we live. We had to live in the two world, and we tell our children to respect your elder, go back to the land. At the same time, we tell them to go into the world and go get your higher education, so you'll make it in this world. So that's how it is for us. That's how it is for me as I grew up. So it's very difficult, very demanding.
Are you able to keep up teaching the children the language?
Oh yes, English is my second language, and children back. I mean, we lost it. I mean, they'd taken everything when they first came, and we were about to lose our language, but we went back to our create our letter C. Now we got our own letter C. Now it's being taught in university. Hopefully we keep it, but most of our people are English is their second language, and we do speak it. We do teach it now, and we had a letter C before that, but it was written by non-Gwich'in, and we used that for a long time. But finally, we got one that's written in our language.
And what organization sponsored your trip here?
I'm with my organization is called Gwich'in Steering Committee. That was formed back by the elders, by the spiritual foundation. It's called Gwich'in Steering Committee back in 1988 when we came back together and took a position against the oil development as a Gwich'in Nation, and that's who I represent here. But then there's some help that's came through for me for this trip with Land and Life, and it's always been like that because we have political position, and it's very hard to raise money because a lot of people don't want to risk their money based on a political position. So we have made a lot of friends throughout the world, and some do come through with this kind of trip.
And Land is Life is a nonprofit organization that supports indigenous peoples and their causes. And what would you, Sarah, what would you like to see come out of Cancun in an agreement?
Oh, I'd like to see indigenous rights be honored and documented and play it out, because with American Indians, been treaty been made, and a lot of promises been made, but most of them are broken. So we don't want to repeat the history because that's not who we are, and we're with the land and with the Creator, and our spiritual spirit is very strong, and we need to be honored because we are the expert. Like before the new visitor came to my area in Gwich'in Nation, we were strong and healthy and well organized, and we live based on needs, not greed, and we own very little, just basic, and the earth was healthy, and we need to get back. I'm not talking about going back to teepee, but I think we can start now, and we are the expert, and we're not off the street or any other way you guys could. They've been defining us that We fight among each other and all that, but for the earth we have to come to be and be unified and stay unified and no compromise for any more global warming.
Yes, and I agree, and I think we, the developed nations and non-indigenous peoples, have so much to learn from indigenous peoples, and the transfer of technology can go both ways.
Yes, it can go both ways because that's what Gwich'in are doing right now, and with our political position, we have made good friends on both sides, and it's been successful, even though it's a struggle. Battles after battles we overcame since 1988, but we couldn't do it by ourselves. As a Gwich'in people, we had to make friends, and we do make friends. We do want to keep them. We do want to make more friends to help the earth. I think that's all it is, because we have to go alternative energy, because oil is not doing it for us. Oil is causing the climate change. Our elders are saying that. Our elders knows what the changes, and so we have to go alternative. Wind energy, solar energy. We have it. It's free. God made it for us to use it in a good way, and it's there. So we need to go that route. We need to go more than going that route by doing recycle, reduce, and recycle, reduce, and reuse, and even refuse, because we have to refuse some luxuries in our life for a future generation.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah, for taking the time to join us, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you for